Welcome back. Today we're starting something new. We're starting solving multi-step equations today. So these will be anywhere from 3 steps to probably about 5 steps, but it could be anywhere, any amount of steps. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at these first two equations. So what I see here is 3/4 times n plus 3 equals 9, and 1/2 plus or times 8x minus 6 equals 5. So I see two fractions out in front. So I know that my first step for these equations is to get rid of the fractions. Now how we get rid of fractions is we multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal is we flip it. So instead of 3/4, it's going to be 4/3. What we do on one side, we have to do to the other. So we're going to multiply by 4/3 over here. Over here, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of multiplying by 1/2, we're going to multiply by 2/1. What we do on one side, we have to do to the other. So multiply by 2/1. Alright, so those would get rid of our fractions. So let's finish these problems then. So now we have n plus 3 equals 9 times 4, which is 36, divided by 3. N plus 3 equals 36 divided by 3, which is 12. So now we have a plus sign. What we're going to do is subtract 3 from both sides. Those cancel out. We get n equals 12 minus 3, which is 9. So n equals 9. On this side over here, we get 8x minus 6 equals 5 times 2, which is 10, over 1. So we have 8x minus 6 equals 10. So we're going to add 6 to get rid of that 6 on both sides. So we get 8x equals 10 plus 6, which is 16. And divide by 8. X equals 16 divided by 8, which is 2. Okay, taking a look at both of these equations, I see that we have an x here, an x here, and a k here, and a k here. So I know that if I have two variables that are the same, I can combine like terms. So I have 8x minus 3x, which gives us 5x, minus 10 equals 20. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Those cancel out. We get 5x equals 20 plus 10, which is 30. Divide by 5. X equals 6. Over on this side, I can combine a negative 6x, or negative 6k, minus 7k. So, negative 6k minus 7k is going to give me a negative 13k. And we have an 8 equals negative 31. This is a positive 8, so I can subtract 8 to move it to the other side or get rid of it. So negative 31 minus 8 gives me negative 39 equals negative 13k divide by negative 13. And k equals 2 negatives make a positive. 39 divided by 13 gives me 3. K equals 3. Alright, so what I notice in both of these equations is that I have parentheses in both of them. Now there's no fraction out in front of the parentheses like there was in the first slide. So this time, what it means is we're going to distribute for our first step. So what I'm going to get is 6x minus 2. I'm going to draw my box and put x minus 5 on top equals 46. So we have negative 2 times x, which gives me negative 2x, and negative 2 times negative 5, which is positive 10. So our new equation looks like 6x minus 2x plus 10 equals 46. Now I see that I have two x's in my problem, so I can combine those. That'll be my second step. So get 4x plus 10 equals 46. Now we're going to subtract 10. Get 4x equals 46 minus 10 gives us 36. Now the last part, our 4 and the x are touching, so that means multiply. Opposite of multiply then is divide. X equals 36 divided by 4, which is 9. Over here, if we're distributing, if we draw our box, we get 4 and x minus 1. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. So 9 plus 4x minus 4 equals 25. Now what I see is two numbers without variables, so I can take both of those and combine them. 9 minus 4 gives me 5 plus 4x equals 25. Now I'm going to subtract everything that's not touching my letter. So I'm going to subtract 5. We get 4x equals 25 minus 5, which is 20. Divide by 4. We get x equals 5. Alright, now we're going to try some geometry problems. It says find the value of x for the triangle or the rectangle. So, this rectangle says we have a perimeter of 28 meters. Now the perimeter means we're going to add all the sides. So, I know that, I know that with a rectangle, my opposite sides are equal. So we have 3x plus 1 on here because this one's 3x plus 1, and x plus 1 here because this side is x plus 1. Now I could add them all together. So it would look like 3x plus 1 plus 3x plus 1 plus x plus 1 plus x plus 1 equals 28. We can do this. So first of all, we got to see how many x's we have. We have 3 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So 3 plus 3 gives us 6x. 1 plus 1 gives us 2x. Now we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. So we know that we're also adding 4. And that equals 28. I'm just going to put a plus sign in between the 4 and the 2x because the 2x is positive. Now I still see that I have 2 x's, so I can add these two together and get 8x plus 4 equals 28. So I see a plus sign, so I'm going to subtract 4. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. We get 8x equals 28 minus 4, which is 24. Divide by 8. And x equals 24 divided by 8, which is 3. So x equals 3. So in this rectangle, anywhere we see an x, we know that we could put a 3 in there. Over here, we have the perimeter equals 23 feet. So the perimeter is the distance around the shape. So we have x plus 8 plus 2x equals 23. I see that I have an x here and an x here, so that's 1x plus 2x, which gives me 3x plus 8 equals 23. Subtract 8. And we get 3x equals 23 minus 8, which is 15. Divide that by 3. And we get x equals 15 divided by 3, which is 5.